Hello and welcome to 1969 baseball. The Cubs are going to face the San Francisco Giants here for the final game of this road trip. They're riding a 9-game winning streak coming into San Francisco for this second game and have risen in the standings all the way up to third place in the NL East. So let's see what today's game has in store for us. The Cubs are going to be sending to the mound today, starting pitcher Ken Holtzman. He's making start number 10 on the season with a 5-4 record, 3.65 ERA, and a 1.27 WHIP. The Cubs lineup will be Gosger, Beckert, Williams, Santo, Blomberg, Hundley, Kessinger, Banks, and the pitcher Holtzman batting ninth. The Giants are going to send Bobby Bolin out to the mound. He's making start number 9 with a 2-5 record and a 4.08 ERA, 1.45 WHIP. The Giants lineup will include Fuentes, Schroeder, McCovey, Bonds, Mays, Hart, Hyatt, Lanier, and Bolin batting ninth. The wind is blowing out to left at 11 mph, and we are in Candlestick Park for today's baseball game. 67 degrees, a beautiful day in San Francisco. And as the Giants come out to take the field, the starting pitcher, Bobby Bolin, is on the mound making his warm-up tosses. Gosger stepping up to the plate for the Cubs. The Giants coming into this ballgame facing the Cubs, who are 24-13. The Giants carrying a record of 19-27, with the Cubs and Giants at a 3-1 record in favor of the Giants so far this season. The Giants are in 5th place in the National League West. So now with a 2-2 count, Bolin delivers. There's a ground ball to second, and it's kicked by the second baseman. The throw to first is late, and that's going to be an error to put the leadoff runner on base for the Cubs. So Gosger's over at first, and now, what is Hyatt? Yeah, Hyatt's pretty good, but Bolin cannot hold runners at all. Let's see if we can get Gosger going. We're going to have Beckert swing away at the first pitch. That's a fastball, which is inside for ball 1. So now let's try to steal second on the second pitch. See what happens. There's a pitch. The throw goes down to second. The slide, and Gosger is safe. So he has his 6th stolen base of the season, and he's now in scoring position. Glenn Beckert with a 2-0 count. Swinging away. Here's the pitch. And Beckert loops that one right at the second baseman. Gosger has to dive back to second to avoid being doubled off. Now Billy Williams is the batter. With 1 out and a runner on second, Williams facing Bolin. Here comes the first pitch to Billy Williams. And there's a pop-up to deep left field. Going back toward the warning track is the left fielder, Hart. He makes the catch for out number 2. Santo now the batter, with Gosger still on second and 2 outs. Santo facing Bolin with a 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. Santo swings and misses for strike 3, so that'll end the inning. The Cubs strand the runner. We go to the bottom of the first of a 0-0 ball game. Fuentes facing Holtzman here in the bottom of the first. 2-0-2 count. Holtzman looking to deliver the pitch. And here it comes. And a pop-up to right. Going back is Blomberg toward the warning track, and he tracks it down to make the catch for out number 1. Next up is Schroeder. 1 out, nobody on. 0-2 count. Holtzman again delivering. That's strike 3 swinging. The fastball at 93 blew it right by him. And now McCovey is the batter. 2 outs and nobody on. Holtzman working with a 1-strike count. Here comes the pitch to McCovey. And a pop-up on the infield. Kessinger coming over. He's going to call off Santo and make the catch to end the inning. So the Cubs send the Giants down in order. We go to the top of the second of a scoreless ball game. Blomberg facing Bolin here in the top of the second. 1-1 count. Blomberg waiting for the pitch. Here it comes. And a pop-up into center field. That's going to drop into no man's land. It's going to be a little blooper for a leadoff single. So Blomberg's on first. Hundley now the batter. We're going to see if we can get Blomberg going. Bolin facing Hundley. Here is the first pitch, and there's a drive down the right field line, but that is foul. Man, Hundley smoked that one down the right field line, but just a few feet foul. So, that was a fastball. We're not going to send him on the... Well, yeah, we'll send him on the second pitch. Let's see if we can get the space stolen. They pitch out this time. The throw goes down to second, and he's out by several steps. So Hyatt throws out the runner, Blomberg, at second base for the first out of the inning. Hundley now working with a 1-2 count, waiting for the pitch. And he pops it up into short right field. Coming in quickly is Bonds, and he makes the catch for out number 1. So next up is Kessinger with 2 outs and nobody on. Here's a 1-ball count and the pitch to Don Kessinger. Ballin delivering. And there's a pop-up in foul territory. Chasing is the catcher Hyatt, and he makes the catch in front of the dugout to end the inning. So the Cubs do not score. We go to the bottom of the second of a scoreless ball game. Holtzman facing Bonds in the bottom of the second inning. 2-1 is the count. Holtzman looking to deliver the pitch. And a pop-up to center. Gosger adjusting a few steps to his left. He'll make the catch for out number 1. Next up, Willie Mays with 1 out, nobody on. Mays facing Holtzman. 1 out in the inning. Here comes the pitch. Liner right up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. A 1-out single for Willie Mays puts him on first. And it brings up Hart with 1 out, 1 man on. 1-2 is the count. Holtzman delivering the pitch. And a pop-up to right center field. Gosger again chasing and putting it away for out number 2. Mays holds on first, and it brings up the catcher Hyatt with 2 outs, 1 man on. 1-2 is the count. Holtzman delivering the pitch, and a grounder toward third. Santo has it. He throws over to first. That will end the inning as 5-3 is the putout. We go to the top of the third now of a scoreless ball game. Ballin facing Banks here in the top of the third inning. 2-2 count. Here comes the pitch, and Ernie Banks swings and misses at the fastball for strike 3. That'll bring up the pitcher Holtzman. 1 out, nobody on. Holtzman waiting for the 2-2 pitch. And there's a check swing, strike 3. So that's going to be the second out of the inning and the third strikeout of the day for Bobby Ballin. It brings up Jim Gosger. 2 outs, nobody on. 1-ball count, Gosger waiting for the pitch. And a grounder towards second. Picked up and thrown over to first, and that will end the inning. So the Cubs go down in order. We go down to the bottom of the third of a scoreless ball game. Lanier facing Holtzman here in the bottom of the third. 2-1 count. Holtzman looking for the sign, and there's the pitch and a grounder over to first. Banks has it, steps on the base, and that is out number 1. Ballin now the batter. 1 out, nobody on. 1-2 is the count. Holtzman delivers, and there is strike 3 called. So the changeup freezes the pitcher Ballin for the second out of the inning. That is 2 strikeouts on the day for Holtzman, and it brings up Fuentes with 2 outs and nobody on. Holtzman working with a full count. Here's the pitch. And a liner down the right field line. That's going to be extra bases going all the way to the wall. Rounding first, heading for second is Fuentes. The throw goes to second, the slide, and he is safe. So a 2-out double for Fuentes puts a runner in scoring position in the bottom of the third inning. And now coming up is Schroeder. 2 outs, 1 man on. Holtzman working. First pitch to Schroeder. Here it comes. And a liner right at the first baseman Banks. He puts it away to end the inning. Nice defensive play there by Ernie Banks. And we go to the top of the fourth in a still scoreless ball game. Glenn Beckert facing Ballin here in the top of the fourth inning. 3-0 count. Beckert waiting, and that is ball 4. So the walk is issued as Beckert heads down to first, and Billy Williams is the next batter. Top of the fourth inning, Williams 0 for 1 on the day. Here's a 1-1 count, and Williams lines that one down the left field line. That is going to be caught, however, for the first out of the inning as Hart races down toward the line to make the catch for out number 1. Santo now the batter. 1 out, 1 man on. Tie ball game in the fourth inning, 2-2 count, and Santo swings and misses for strike 3. So that's the second out of the inning. And it brings up Blomberg, who is 1 for 1 on the day. Beckert on first, 2 outs. 2-1 is the count, and Blomberg is going to line that one down the right field line all the way into the corner. Is this going to drive in a run? Blomberg heading for extra bases. Beckert heading for third. He rounds third, and he's heading home. Blomberg is going to slide into third with an RBI triple, and the Cubs have a 1-0 lead in the top of the fourth inning. Clutch hitting there by Ron Blomberg to come up with the RBI triple with 2 outs. And now the Cubs lead as Randy Hundley comes up to the plate. 2 outs, runner on third. Ballin working with a 2-1 count. Randy Hundley waiting for the pitch. Here's the delivery. And he's going to ground that one right at the shortstop. The throw goes over to first, and that will end the inning. But the Cubs do break the scoreless tie. We go to the bottom of the fourth of a 1-0 Chicago lead. Willie McCovey facing Ken Holtzman here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Leading off for the Giants. Here comes the pitch, and that's a pop-up to center. Going back is Gosger. It's over his head and all the way to the wall. McCovey rounding first, heading for second. He's going to slide in with a leadoff double. So the Giants have the leadoff man on base. And now Bonds is the batter with nobody out and McCovey on second. Here's a 1-2 count and a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Holtzman gets the strikeout for the first out of the inning. And now Willie Mays the batter with 1 out, 1 man on. Holtzman facing Hayes here in the bottom of the fourth inning. 1-1 count. There's a grounder in front of the plate. Hundley has it. He throws down to first, and that's the second out of the inning. The runner, McCovey, advances to third. And now with 2 outs, and the runner 90 feet away, Hart is the next batter. He is 0 for 1 on the day. Hart is waiting for the 3-0 pitch, and there is ball 4. The walk is issued. So Holtzman giving up the 2-out walk, and it brings up Jack Hyatt. With 2 outs and runners on the corners, Holtzman facing Hyatt. Here is the first pitch. Tying run is on third. Holtzman delivering, and there's a pop-up on the infield. Foul territory. Ernie Banks chasing, and he makes the catch to end the inning. So the Giants strand 2. We go to the top of the fifth of a 1-0 Cub lead. Don Kessinger is the next batter, facing Ballin in the top of the fifth inning. With a 2-2 count. Kessinger waiting for the pitch, and there's a grounder back toward the mound. The pitcher Ballin has it. He throws to first, and that'll be the first out of the inning. Next up is Ernie Banks with 1 out and nobody on. 2-2 count. Banks waiting for the pitch, and a grounder toward short. The throw goes over to first, and that's out number 2. Next up is the pitcher Holtzman with 2 outs and nobody on. Holtzman facing Ballin with a 2-2 count. Here comes the pitch. And a grounder toward third. Picked up and thrown over to first, and 5-3 will be the putout to end the inning. So the Cubs go down in order. We go down to the bottom of the fifth of a 1-0 ball game. Holtzman facing Lanier here in the bottom of the fifth inning. 1-0 Cub lead. Here's the 2-strike pitch, and there is strike 3 called. Holtzman recording strikeout number 4 on the day. And now the pitcher Ballin is the batter with 1 out and nobody on. 1-1 is the count. Ballin delivering the pitch, and there's a grounder over to third. Santo has it. Throwing over to first, that's going to be out number 2. Next up is Fuentes with 2 outs and nobody on. Holtzman working. First pitch to Fuentes. Here it comes. And there's a liner right at the first baseman Banks. He makes another excellent defensive play to end the inning. We go to the top of the sixth. It is still 1-0 Cubs. Gosger facing Ballin here in the top of the sixth inning. Full count, Gosger waiting for the pitch. And he takes inside for ball 4. So that is the second walk of the game issued by Ballin. And now Glenn Beckert is the batter. And Beckert is going to face Ballin with nobody out and the runner on first. We're going to see if we can get the runner going here. The first pitch is a, what is that? Strike 1 called on the fastball. So we're going to wait now. We're not going to steal on the second pitch because that's what they're going to expect. Let's see what happens here. Oh, there's a swing and a miss at a fastball for strike 2. So now, with a 2-strike count, Beckert is going to get a breaking ball here, I imagine. And we're going to send Gosger, see if he can steal second. Here comes the pitch. The pitch is inside, high and tight for ball 1. Gosger holds it first. And that was another fastball. We're going to see if we can try to steal second here again, see what happens. This time the runner goes. The throw down to second is late, and it goes into center field. So Gosger is going to advance all the way to third on a bad throw. However, Beckert was struck out for the first out of the inning. So now Billy Williams is the batter. The Giants draw the infield in. Williams facing Gosger with 1 out in the top of the 6th inning. Williams facing Ballin with Gosger on third with 1 out in the top of the 6th inning. Cubs up by 1. Here's the first pitch to Billy Williams, and he's going to take a check swing for strike 1. We're going to switch that back. 1-2 count now. And Billy Williams pops that one up to left field. I think this is going to be deep enough. Hart making the catch. He throws home. Gosger running home. The slide, and he is safe. So credit Billy Williams with an RBI sacrifice fly. And the Cubs now have a 2-0 lead. Ron Santo is the next batter with 2 outs and nobody on. Santo waiting for the full count pitch. Here it comes. And that is inside for ball 4. Ron Santo draws the walk. As he walks down to first, Ron Blomberg is the next batter. He's 2 for 2 with an RBI today, with 2 outs and 1 man on. Here comes the pitch to Blomberg. And there's a grounder over to second. The throw goes to first, and the inning is ended on the 4-3 ground out. So the Cubs strand a runner, they score 1. We go to the bottom of the 6th of a 2-0 Cub lead. Holtzman now facing Schroeder in the bottom of the 6th inning. Cubs up by 2. Here's the 1 strike pitch, and there's a grounder to second. Beckert has it. He throws to first, and that's going to be out number 1. Next up, McCovey with 1 out, nobody on. Holtzman working. First pitch. McCovey grounds it to second. Beckert again flips over to first for out number 2. Next up is Bobby Bonds. 2 outs, nobody on. Bonds waiting for the 2-2 pitch. And a strike 3 call. No, strike 3 swinging. That's Holtzman's 5th strikeout of the game. So 3 up and 3 down in the 6th inning. We go to the top of the 7th of a 2-0 Cub lead. Randy Hundley is going to lead off against Ballin here in the top of the 7th for the Cubs. Here's a 2-2 count. And the delivery. There is strike 3 called. Ballin notches strikeout number 6 on the day. And Kessinger now is the batter with 1 out, nobody on. Ballin working with a 1 strike count. Here's the pitch. Grounder towards short. The counterpart has it. The throw over to first, and that's out number 2. Next up is Ernie Banks. 2 outs and nobody on. Top of the 7th inning. First pitch to Ernie Banks. Ballin delivers. And there's a liner into right field. On the run is Bonds, and he makes the catch to end the inning. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's time to stretch here in San Francisco with a 2-0 Cub lead. Willie Mays is going to lead off against Ken Holtzman here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Holtzman, having only thrown 65 pitches so far in this game, he is working with a 2 strike count. Holtzman delivering the pitch. And there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. Holtzman looking sharp with the fastball right there, getting strikeout number 6. And now Hart is the batter. 1 out, nobody on. 3-1 is the count. Here's the pitch. And a grounder over to third. Santo has it. And he bobbles it. Santo bobbles it over at third. The error is going to allow the runner to reach first safely. So Hart now is on first, and Hyatt is the batter. 1 out, 1 man on. Holtzman working with a 2-1 count. Here comes the pitch to Hyatt. And a drive into center field, a long run, and Gosger makes the diving catch for the 2nd out of the inning. Nice defense there by Gosger to cut that ball off and get the out. As Hart retreats to first, and Lanier is the next batter. 2 outs, 1 man on. Holtzman working with a 1 strike count, and there's a grounder over to third. This time Santo fields cleanly. He throws over to first, and that will end the inning. So the Giants stranding a runner. We go to the top of the 8th of a 2-0 ball game. And now Holtzman coming up to bat. How many pitches has he thrown now? He's only at 79 pitches. Gosh, I hate to pull him out of this game. I'm going to let him bat. Holtzman facing Ballin with a 1-2 count. Here comes the pitch. And there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Holtzman strikes out to lead off the inning. Brings up Gosger with 1 out, nobody on. Gosger waiting for the full count pitch. And that was way outside for ball 4. So Gosger's on base again. Beckert is the next batter. This time, Beckert facing Ballin with 1 out and the runner on first. Do we want to? I bet we could try to steal with him again. We're going to see what we can do here. This time we're going to try to steal on the first pitch. We'll see what happens. Oh, there's a pickoff though. They knew what we were going to try to do. He's already stolen 2 bases in this game. So Ballin now is keenly aware of Gosger over at first. Here comes the pitch. That was a breaking ball for a strike. So that's strike 1 to Beckert. Ballin now facing Beckert with a 1 strike count. And there's another, that's ball 1 though. That's a fastball. Excuse me. Bolin now facing Beckert, and this is where we're going to send Gosger. Let's see what happens. He takes off, and that's a curveball. Gosger wanted to steal, but stopped. That was strike 2. So now with 2 strikes, we're going to do a run and hit because Beckert needs to protect with 2 strikes. Let's see what happens. 1-2 count. Beckert does not swing. The throw goes down to second, and Gosger has stolen his 3rd base of this ball game. So that was ball 2. Beckert was wise to hold up. Gosger steals the base, and now Beckert facing Bolin with a 2-2 count. Here comes the pitch, and a grounder over to short. He looks the runner back and throws over to first for the 2nd out of the inning. That will bring up Billy Williams. And now Ron Herbel will be brought out of the Giants bullpen. He is 0-3, thrown 13 innings, 7 walks, 10 strikeouts, and an ERA of 6.07. So, Herbel facing Williams with a 2-run Cub lead in the top of the 8th inning. Runner on second and 2 outs. Full count pitch to Billy Williams. Herbel looking for the sign and delivering the pitch. And there's a grounder over to third, picked up and thrown over to first, and that will end the inning. So the Cubs stranding a runner. We go to the bottom of the 8th of a 2-0 ball game. And now Holtzman facing Taylor, who's going to pinch hit for the pitcher's spot here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Bob Taylor is 8-for-22 with a home run and 4 RBIs for the Giants so far this season. Taylor waiting for the 1-strike pitch. Holtzman delivering. And there's a grounder to second. Beckert has it. He throws to first. That's going to be out number 1. Next up is Fuentes. He is 1-for-3 today. Facing Holtzman with 1 out, nobody on. Here's a 1-ball count. Holtzman delivering the pitch. And a grounder to short. Kessinger charges. He throws over to first for out number 2. And next up will be Schroeder. 2 outs, nobody on. Holtzman delivering the 1-ball pitch. Here it comes. And a grounder up the middle. That is going to be a base hit into center field. So a 2-out single puts a runner on first and brings the tying run up to the plate. That will be Willie McCovey with 2 outs and a runner on first. Holtzman is going to face McCovey here in the bottom of the 8th inning. 1-2 is the count, and Holtzman delivers the pitch. There's a ground ball to first. Banks has it. He steps on the base, which will end the inning. So the Giants stranding a runner. We go to the top of the 9th of a 2-0 Cub lead. And now Santo will face a new Giant pitcher, which is Joe Gibbon. He has a 1-1 record with 13 2/3 innings thrown, 9 walks, 8 strikeouts, and a 3.95 ERA. He is going to face Santo, Blomberg, and Hundley here in the top of the 9th inning. Gibbon facing Santo with a full count, looking for the sign. Gibbon delivering the pitch. That's a a fly ball into right field. That is going to be a leadoff single for Ron Santo. He stops at first. And do we want to put in a pinch runner for Santo? I think so. We are going to pinch run, actually, with Matt Alexander, and he will stay in the game to play third. Because I would really like to get this insurance run if we can. So, Blomberg is now the batter facing Gibbon with a runner on first and nobody out in the top of the 9th inning. And 1-1 is the count. Blomberg pops it up on the left side of the infield. The third baseman calls for it. He makes the catch for out number 1. Gibbon now facing Hundley with 1 out and the runner still on first. And we are going to warm up a reliever. Not a Giant reliever. We're going to warm up a Cub reliever. So we got all righties coming up in the 9th inning, which means that Diego Segui is going to end up being, or do we want to pitch Britton? Gosh, I don't know. I'd rather give Britton another day off if I could. Let's warm up Segui and see if he can get through the middle of the Giants lineup in the bottom of the 9th inning. Hundley facing Gibbon with 1 out and the runner on first. Here's the 1-1 count, and Hundley delivers a ground ball over to third. The throw to second, the relay to first, and that's a 5-4-3 double play, which will end the inning. So we go to the bottom of the ninth. It is still a 2-0 Cub lead. Excuse me. Now, Matt Alexander is going to stay in the game and play third. Segui warming up. All righties in the Cub, in the Giant lineup coming up. We'll warm up Britton just on the off chance that we might need him. So Holtzman is going to face Bonds here. He's working on a shutout, trying to complete this game here in the bottom of the ninth inning. Holtzman working with a 1-strike count. Here comes the pitch. And a grounder up the middle. That is going to be a leadoff single for Bobby Bonds. He's going to stop at first with a base hit. And that brings the tying run up to the plate in the bottom of the ninth inning in Willie Mays. Holtzman facing Mays. With a runner on first in a 2-run ball game. Here's the 1-strike count and the pitch to Willie Mays. And a liner down the right field line. That's going to go all the way to the wall. Mays rounding first, heading for second. The throw comes back into the cutoff man. Mays is safe at second with a double. And now the Giants have runners on second and third with nobody out. And Holtzman is not exactly engendering a whole lot of confidence here. We're going to change pitchers because Holtzman is not going to be allowed to continue to struggle out there. Segui is ready to come in, and he's going to face Hart. So we're just going to bring him in. Oh, and then we're going to warm up the lefty Hamilton. No, we're going to warm up the lefty Brewer, just on the off chance that they would send up a lefty pinch hitter at some point. So now Segui is going to face Hart with runners on second and third and nobody out in a 2-run ball game here in the ninth inning. Do we intentionally walk Ray Hart? I don't know. I feel like it's the right thing to do. Set up the force at any base. Yes, Hart's going to get the intentional walk. And hopefully... So Segui coming in, he's thrown 29 2/3 innings and struck out 27 so far this season. So Hart draws the walk, and now a pinch hitter, Dick Dietz, is going to be sent up. He is 1 for 35 on the season. I don't know how he's an improvement over whoever was batting before in this spot. So Segui facing Dietz. In the bottom of the ninth inning with the bases loaded and nobody out. Here comes the 1-strike pitch from Segui. And a liner into the gap in right center field. That is going to tie the ball game. Is that going to win the game? The throw comes back in. The runner stops at third. This is a 2-2 ball game now in the bottom of the ninth inning. The Giants have rallied. There is still nobody out. And the runner held at third. And now Hal Lanier is the batter. And we're going to have to intentionally walk Lanier, put him on first, because we have to get the force out here somewhere. So now Hunt is the batter. He's pinch hitting for the pitcher's spot. That, by the way, was Dietz's only second hit of this season. So Hunt now facing Segui, bottom of the ninth inning. And Britton is ready to come in. So Britton is going to be brought in to hopefully shut down this rally. He's going to face Hunt in the bottom of the ninth with the bases loaded. Here comes the 1-2 count and the pitch from Britton. He's thrown 30 innings, struck out 17, and walked 9. And there's a pop-up in very short center field. Gosger coming in. He makes the catch for the first out of the inning. The runner on third is not able to tag up and score. And now Britton will face Fuentes, who is 1 for 4 in the game. If Britton cannot get Fuentes out, well, he has to, I guess. But if the next batter, Schroeder, comes up, then Brewer will be brought in to face him. So Britton facing Fuentes with 1 out, and the base is still loaded. Here is the first pitch. The infield's drawn in. There's a liner into left field. That's going to win the ball game. So the Cubs' winning streak is over. The Giants score 3 runs in the bottom of the 9th to lock up this win, coming back against the Cubs bullpen. The Giants getting 3 runs on 8 hits with 2 errors. The Cubs 2 runs with 3 hits on 1 error. So the Cubs' Ken Holtzman throws 8 innings of 6-hit, 2-run baseball with 1 walk and 6 strikeouts. Segui suffers the loss. He didn't get any outs. He walked 2 and gave up a hit. And 2 runs were charged back to Holtzman, 1 to Segui, and he gets the blown save. So out of the Giants bullpen, Gibbon gets the win. He threw an inning of scoreless relief. So the Cubs drop back down to 500 at 24-24, while the Giants improved to 20-27. Thank you for watching 1969 Baseball.